अस्त्युत्तरस्यां दिशि देवतात्मा हिमालयो नाम नगाधिराजः पूर्वापरौ तोयनिधीव गाह्य स्थितः पृथिव्या इव मानदण्डः. um, yeah, we finished with the 35th shloka. कुसुमास्तरणे सहायतां बहुशः सौम्य गतः त्वम् आवयोः कुरु सम्प्रति तावदाशु मे विनिपात अंजलि याचितां चितां. Hey Saumya, this is Rati talking to Madhava, that is Vasanta Ratu. Kusuma astarane sahayatam, just as how you were helpful to us during when Manmatha was alive and during happy times, now also during our sad times, you have to help me by making the pyre so that I can join him quickly, join Manmatha quickly. The next one is Tadanu Jwalanam. Then she also details what all he has to do after building the funeral pyre. Chitam tatra nirmaya tadanantaram kim kim kartavyam iti vadati. Tadanu jwalanam madarpitam twarayehe dakshinavata vijanaihi viditam khalu te yatha smaraha kshanamapi utsahate namadvina. Quickly you have to put fire on me. Jwalanam mad arpitam tvarayehe. Mad arpitam jwalanam. You must have put that fire. Mad arpitam. Mayi arpitam. Jwalanam. Agnihi. Tattu dakshinavata vijanaihi tvarayehe. Next you have to ensure that it immediately quickly spreads all around using this Malayamarutam. Dakshinavataha ityukte Malayamarutam. Malayamarut is the one of the other friends, right? So Manmathasya ratharupena tatra Malayamarudeva vartate iti. So Dakshinavata vijanaihi, by the blowing of this Malayamarutam, you will have to jwalanam tvarayehe, you will have to quicken the process of burning here, because you know very well that Manmatha cannot be without me even for a moment. Madvina, without me, smaraha Manmathaha, kshanamapi na utsahate, he cannot tolerate even a moment without me. Iti viditameva. This is something that you know already. अन्यच्च किंचित कर्तव्यमस्ति इत्याह. तदनु त्वं मदर्पितं ज्वलनं दक्षिणवातबीजनैः ज्वलयेः इत्यस्ति, तत्र तु त्वरयेः इति अस्ति. I think both are two different readings here. Maybe Kale has that reading also. Dakshinavaataihi. Okay. Doesn't matter. Tadanu chita vidhana anantaram. After constructing that chita, which is the funeral pyre. Mat arpitam mai arpitam nyastam arpane api swasyaiva kartrutvam. That is, you have to do the same thing to me. Swayameva arpayet agnim iti purvameva uktam. You have to ensure that you do the antima kriya here, right? So jwalanam api tvaya eva arpaniyam tatra. Arpitam jwalanam agnim dakshinavata vijanaihi, dakshinasya malayachala udbhutasya vatasya anilasya vijanaihi sancharanaihi. Malayachala is one of the mountains in the southern regions. It is in the, the Sahyadri range is in the north, and the southernmost tip of that entire range actually is the Malaya mountain, and that mountain is supposed to have a lot of sandalwood trees, and from there you have this breeze that comes, which is a very soft flowing breeze, and that is only there during this Vasanta Ritu. In Madras, we have this expression, me kathum, kathana vataha. So during that, the months of Chaitra and Vaishakha, there is a wind that is very different from the wind that is there during the other times. It's very interesting that that wind is called Malayamarut. Vatasya anilasya vijanaihi sancharanaihi jwalayehe jwalitam videhi tvarayehe iti patetu jwalanam kritatvaram videhi. Ensure that you quicken the spread of the fire. Nanu agnihi shushka indhana samyoge sati kramena swayameva jalishyati. Jwalishyati kimiti tvara. What is the reason for that? See, it will automatically, if there is dried fuel, it is going to spread on its own. Now, why do I have to fan it further and ensure that it quickly, the wind is quickened here, right? It's not necessary there. So smaraha mam vina yatha kshanamapi na utsahate tatha te viditam khalu. You know the fact that he cannot be without me even for one moment, right? So smaraha madanaha mam vina maya vina. There is vina governs both 2, 3, and I think 5. No, 2 and 3. Yeah. Prithag vina nana iti yoga vibhagat dvitiya. Okay. There are many examples of dvitiya and vina together. So madvina ityeva va pathaha. It's very common, so we don't need to take this other patham here. Maya vina yatha kshanamatramapi na utsahate shayana asanadishu na vyapriyate. Maya vina, without me, he cannot even stand for one moment. He cannot tolerate this even for a moment. Shayana asanadishu na vyapriyate. Vyapriyate is he cannot involve himself in either lying down or sitting down. He will always miss me. So tatha te tvaya viditam eva. You understand that, right? So atra viditam iti, you knew it before iti nasti. Atra adhuna viditam eva iti vartamane ktaha. This is a perfect example of vartamane. So the kta pratyaya is usually past tense, we say. Viditam asti eva iti. So, or the kta pratyaya itself is for vartamana kala. Khalu shabdaha anunaye. She is trying to pacify him by saying, bring your other weapons also here, which is this Malaya Marut, and try to quicken the process of burning so that I can go and meet him immediately. See, this, you see that it is reaching a peak here. So she was reminiscing for some time. Now she is unable to tolerate this thing, because Madhava, Vasanta Ritu, has also come here, and she wants to quicken the process. So her words are also going to extreme levels. So she's saying, make the chita now, and ensure that the fire is also on me, and then it has to do its job quickly. So it is reaching a peak, and that is when the Saraswati Vak comes and says, no, you will have to be patient. So Kālidāsa actually takes it to a beautiful peak here. So tadanu jvalanam madarpitam tvarayehe dakshinavata vijanaihi viditam khalu te yatha smaraha kshanamapi utsahate na madvina or na mamvina. Iti chapi vidhaya diyatam salilasya anjalihi eka eva nau avibhajya paratrayanmaya sahitaha pasyati te saha bandhavaha. Iti chapi vidhaya, having done this in this manner, that is, having quickened that process, you also have to do salila anjali. Anjali danam diyatam. So salilasya ekaha eva now anjalihi diyatam. For the sake of both of us, you have to give only one anjali. You don't need to give separately, because atratu sati iti karanatu, they are going together, right? So you treat them as a unit, and hence you can give one anjali, one salila anjali, which is enough. So paratra yat maya saha bandhavaha te pasyati, te anjalihi pasyati. I think it is they should connect there. Okay, for now I didn't check that. We'll go through the Vyakyanam, so it'll be easier. Yat, because I want to drink it with him so whatever we do during the 10 days also, each one of those is supposed to be like and the Kacha Kudambo. Yeah, it's like a picnic package for them. It's a long way for them to go to the Paralokam, and hence for that journey, this Nivapa Anjalihi athava yat Pindadanam kriyate tat sarvam tu tesham kshut pipasa parihararthameva. So it's a long journey that they're supposed to take towards any Paralokam, whether it is Narakam or a Swargam, it doesn't matter. Wherever it is, for that journey, they need a picnic package, and that is given in the form of Pindadanam or Salilam.
Also, sorry.
Yeah.
Also, they say they're extremely thirsty and hungry, and the Samayatla when they the prana.
Daham, because it is the pranan that is without its body. So so you need that pranan is the responsible for kshut and pipasa, and it is the prana vyutkramaha eva tatra maranam ityuchyate. Prana goes on its own, so it needs more in that sharira.
Ma'am, is it irrespective of whether you go to Sarga or Narka?
Yeah. Irrespective. They take on that particular shariram which will give them that endurance to either enjoy or undergo torture, no matter what. So it is for the Pitras that you do it, and it's all there in Garuda Purana. Tava avashya kartavyam jala anjali danamapi maduktam etat sarvam kritva eva kartavyamiti. So you have to do everything for me. So she details out, and that is why she talks. It keeps on getting more and more morose here. So iti chapi vidhaya salilasya anjalihi now eka eva diyatam iti purvokta prakarena chapi shabdabhyam purva ukta sakala kartavyam samuchayaha kriyate. So all of the work that I have told you before, taking me alankaranam kartavyam tadanantaram chita nirmatavya, all of these things that I have said before, all and more. So purvokta kramena sarvamapi vidhaya iti chapi vidhaya tadanantaram salilasya anjalihi preta tarpana jala anjalihi now avabhyam for us asmin jalanjalidane visheshamapi aha eka eva diyatamiti na anyeshamiva prithak datavyam. You don't need to give separate anjali for the two of us. You need to give only one. Diyatam avayoho eka jalanjalidane hetum aha te saha bandhavaha paratra maya sahitaha abhibhajya pasyati iti yat te saha bandhavaha te iti tava. So your friend, which is Manmatha, paratra paraloke maya sahitaha, being with me, abhibhajya, we will not be separated there because she is going with him here, right? It's like a sati. So then she is ensured that she will go there. That's why all of those dilemma was there before, whether I have not gone immediately, my pranan has not gone immediately, so would I be in the same place or not? Ityadikam tu tatra vicharaha asitu purvam. But then she is now very clear because she wants to go with him here. So that's why she says paraloke api maya sahitaha avibhajya, without being separated, pasyati. He will definitely have it with me only. Have this water. So te tava saha paraloka praptehe aparokshaha bandhavaha bandhuhu paratra paraloke maya sahitaha atra anusmaranam sahabhave hetuhu. Anumaranam eva. This anumaranam is a kind of not dying afterwards, but dying along with him when the kriya is being done for him. So you do a kriya for both the wife and the husband here. Then there is a sahabhavaha. There is a definite sahabhavaha in Paralokam also. Avibhajya vibhagam akritva jala anjalehe ekatvat avibhagaha. Because there is only one Nivapa Anjali that he has to do, then there is no difference between the two of them. Pasyati panam karishyati. Yasmat tava bandhoho avibhajyamanam sahaiva panam cha abhimatam. Just because I do not want to be separated from your friend, which is Manmatha. So I don't want to be separated from Manmatha. At the same time, so I will be drinking this with him, the Salila Anjali. So yasmacha tatra anumaranam ekajala anjalidanam evacha upayaha. And if I have to be with him, then anumaranameva tatra prathamaha upayaha. Tadanantaram tu ekanjalidanena ubhayorapi tatra ekatra sahaiva vayam pasya, whatever, we both will have. Tasmat anumarana upaya karanam ekajalanjali danam cha avasyam kartavyam. So the detailing what all he has to do, right? So he has to give one anjali danam, salila anjali, for both of them. Iti chapi vidhaya diyatam salilasya anjalihi ekayevanau avibhajya paratrayanmaya sahitav pasyati te sabandhavaha. Iti paraloka vidhau cha madhava smaramuddishya vilola pallavaha nivapehe sahakara manjarihi priyachuta prasavaha hi te sakha. Paraloka vidhau, in paraloka vidhi is pretakrityam. When you are doing the pretakrityam, that is the work that has to be done for a preta, for a corpse. So paraloka vidhi, any niyamam that you need to follow, remember that you have to give only the chuta pushpam. Sahakara manjarihi nivapehe. As you give anjali, you are supposed to give with one pushpam also. And in that, when you are giving a flower along with the salila anjali, ensure that it is sahakara manjarihi, flowers which that is, it is a bunch of mango flowers with the leaves. Vilola pallavaha sahakara manjarihi smaram uddishya nivapehe smaram uddesham kritva. That is, you are going to give it to him, to Manmatha. As you give it to him as a nivapa anjali, nivapehe ityukte nivapa anjali rupena tatra kuryaha iti. So you have to give it as a tarpanam anjali. When you do the tarpanam, you will have to give it with the flowers. She says the reason for that is sorry. Priyachuta prasavaha te sakha. Te sakha, your friend, is someone whose favorite is mango flowers. So, the reason there is, when spring comes in, when Vasanta Ritu starts, the first flower, the indication that the spring has started is the chuta prasavaha. The mango flower is the first indication. Even for according to the Tamil calendar, April 14th or something around that is the new year, because it's the start of spring. It's the start of Chaitra Masa according to our calendar. So the Naivedyam involves neem flowers and mango mango flowers also. So it's very important for us. So vilola pallavaha sahakara manjarihi, it is an indication of the beginning of spring. Hence Manmatha loves those flowers. Priya chuta prasavaha hi te sakha. Your friend loves those chuta prasava, the flowers of mango, or the little leaves, the sprouts that come out in a mango tree. Hence, when you do the nivapa anjali, when you do the antima anjali, you do it with these flowers. Okay. Pretakarye visheshantaramapi aha. So Madhava paraloka vidhau smaramuddishya sahakara manjarihi nivapehe cha. Madhava, he Vasanta, paraloka vidhau, paraloke vidhihi, paraloka vidhihi tasmin, in that vishaya. So you take it as a vishaya saptami. During in the process of this niyamas that you have to follow when you are doing the antima karyam. Smaram uddishya kamadeva uddeshena sahakara manjarihi, sahakarasya chutasya mango, manjarihi stabakan, the gucham. So you take a lot of these mango flowers and do it. Nivapehe. Nivapaha is pitridhanam eva nivapanjalihi. So nivapa anjalau, kusumasthane sahakaramanjarihi dadyaha. You should give this flower, not any flower. Na kevalam kusuma apitu pallavanscha, along with the leaves. So vilolaha chanchalaha pallavaha yasu. The flower should be so fresh that you have plucked it along with the leaves that are also there. So preta karye sahakara pradhanye hetum aha. Now what is the reason for using mango flowers there? Te sakha priyachuta prasavaha hi. Te sakha kamadevaha priyaha ishtaha chutasya prasavaha pushpani yasya saha. So you take it as a bahubrihi, saying the one for whom the mango flowers are dear. So purvam yat priyam tadeva hi paratra diyam. Even when we are doing antikaryam for people, you know, as we do the 10th day and 12th day and all that, we include certain bhakshanams. So usually there are some 3 things that you have to do or something like that. You generally tend to include 1 or 2 which the person who died likes, and you follow that during Shraddham and include those. So a lot of people, you know, they will say, oh, we have to do 5. Now we have to include 2 more or 1 more or something like that, and the list keeps increasing. It's only food for us. That's a practice we follow even today, which he is mentioning there, which Kālidāsa is mentioning. Probably that must have been the practice even during Kālidāsa's time. Paraloka vidhaucha madhava smaramuttisya vilola pallavaha nivapehe sahakara manjarihi priyachuta prasavohi te sakha. I wanted to finish the Karuna Rasam quickly and move on to the hope here. Iti deha vimuktaye sthiram ratim akasha bhava saraswati shapharim hrada shosha vihvalam prathama vrishtihi iva anvakampata. His shloka itself is like that, prathama vrishtihi, the first raindrop. No, when a lake is almost dry, it is hrada shoshaha. A lake is almost dry, and because it is dried up, all the small fish which can live even in that pankam that is there, they are very suffering here. You know, vikhvala ityukte, they're completely tortured by this lack of water because they're trying somehow to survive. And when the first drops of rain come in, you know, the happiness that those small jalajantu will feel, that is how Rati was when this Akashavani came up. Deha vimuktaye sthiram ratim Akashabhava Saraswati anvakampata anukampam akarot. Akashavani, Akashabhava Saraswati Vak, the goddess of speech who emanated from the Akasham, from the sky. She pitied upon Rati, who was very firm or very determinate to let go of her body. Deha vimuktaye iti evam prakarena deha vimuktaye sthiram ratim. Rati, who was very steadfast in letting go of her body. That is, she wanted to commit suicide, right? So, tam Akashabhava Saraswati anvakampata anukampa. She felt pity on her and she sympathized with her and started speaking in the next shloka. Just like how prathama vrishtihi, the first rainfall, pities the little shaphari. Shaphari is actually a small fish which keeps moving very fast in the water. It is not a big jalajantu because those would have died by now. They don't live in the lake also. They live in the ocean. So in the lake, there are these small, tiny fish which keep moving around. Shaphara lochana iti Meenakshiyaha anya. There is another name for her. Neelakanta Dikshita uses that name. Devim Shaphara Lochanam. So Shaphari Hrada Shosha Vihvala. a female, here also he uses both as in Strilingam. Adala Shaphara Lochana, no, it's Pullingam actually. But here he uses the female fish to indicate that it is Tatra Linga Samyartham. Ratihi api Strilinga Padam, right? So a female, a fish which is Vihwala, which is which is suffering because of the drying up of the lake. The Prathama Vrishti, the first rains, show their sympathy, or they sympathize with this small fish, which is very tortured by lack of water. In the same way, Atrapi, she has no hope here, and so she is also feeling she's ready to give up her life. And then suddenly this Saraswati seems to show pity on her. So Itham Vilapya, having lamented thus. Huh? Sorry?
Shaparika means small fish.
Shapari. Yeah, Shapari is a small fish. Kapratyayam, if you
also will. Yeah.
Shaparika.
Niliyante toye
niyatam api animesha shaparikaha iyam cha shrirbadhat chadapatakavattam kvale jahati. Yeah.
That's also the same Shaparika is talking.
Yes, it's the same thing. Niliyante toye niyatam animeshaha shaparikaha. They do not close their eyes at all. You know that.
Yeah.
Itham vilapya sthiramarana vyavasayayam madana priyatamayam satyam. So when she was very steadfast, or very clearly she was very firm in her decision to die, right? So sthira marana vyavasaya sa, so vyavasayayam iti saptamyam. So madana priyatamayam tad vyavasaya nirakarana karana bhutam kimapi adbhutam ityaha. There was some very surprising thing that happened. Adbhutam yat kinchite abhut tadanim, in order to stop her from this effort of dying. So iti deha vimuktaye sthiram ratim akashabhava saraswati anvakampata iti ukta prakarena deha vimuktaye, dehasya sharirasya parityagaya sthiram kritanishchayam, one who was very determined to let go of her body, ratim kamavadhum akashabhava akashat bhavaha udbhavaha yasyaha saraswati. Kimartam tatra? Akasha bhavati itself is enough, no? I don't know why akashat bhavaha yasyaha, for whom there is an ஆகாசத்திலிருந்து உற்பத்தி எவளுக்கோ அப்படிங்கிற யஸ்யாஹ உற்பத்திஹி து ஆகாஷாத் ஆசீதிதி. Okay.
Vani.
Yes, that's right. But you can even take this directly to Vani. You don't need Bahuvrihi is what I was thinking. That's fine. Anvakampata anukampam kritavati anugrihitavati. She blessed her. She graced her by her voice. Atra akashabhava ityanena divyatvam muktam tasya cha ratehe satyatva pratitihi phalam. Because it is an ashariri vak that came from the akasham, it should be a divine voice, and hence it the veracity of it was very clear for Rati. That is, she could believe in it. That if there was something that it said which was hopeful, then she can hope for it and she has to believe in it. Iti tasmat satyatva pratitihi phalam. The divyatvam that is mentioned here, akasha bhava iti, that is to indicate to Rati that she can believe it is true because it has a divine origin. Vrishti samyam cha anena pratipaditam vrishtehe api akasha bhavatvat, because the rain also comes from the akasha, so the upama fits very beautifully. The visheshanam also fits for the upamanasthala. Hrada shosha vihwalam shaparim prathama vrishtihi iva. Hrada shosha vihwalam, hradasya jalashayasya shoshena grishma kritena shoshena vihwalam paravasham. She is dependent on something else. That is, she is dependent on the rain here. The Matsya Visheshaha, Shapari, Prathama ityukte Grishma avasana samudbhava. As soon as the summer is gone and the first rains come. In fact, this first rain description is going to be there in the 5th Sarga also. Sthita kshanam pakshma sutadita dhara prathamoda bindavaha. The first rain as it falls on Parvati when she is doing the tapas is described there very beautifully. The yogic posture of Parvati is described there. Dvitiyadinam pranapradatva samyabhavat prathama shabda upadanam. Okay. The second rains and all cannot give you, it is not that soul stirring. That is, it doesn't give you life. It is not a life giving. This is the second rain. Iti tatra upeksha bhavet. Prathama vrishtihi yadi tarhi tatraiva there is an apeksha, right? There is an expectation. And it is like it is giving life to us. So the first rain is always important. That's what he says. So upameyetu madhava vachana apekshaya prathama padam yatha prathama the madhava vachana apekshaya, that is, he has not spoken at all. Anything. He just came there and he stood. He has not even said yes to whatever she has said. All this while, it was only his presence there. And then Rati was constantly talking. More than Madhava, that is more than Vasanta, it is these words that came first to her immediately after that incident. So she's been torturing herself with all this lament here. So Prathama Vrishtihi Akasha Deshat Atarkita Apata Sati. As it fell from the Akasham, as the just as how the first rains fall without even planning for it. We don't know when it falls. So the first rains or the first snow is always something that happens without planning. Sati, Hrada Vinasha, it always gives us one surprise. No? If you have lived in a snowy place, the first snow for the season is always very beautiful to watch. Hrada Vinasha Vidhuram Shaparin Anugrinhati. It graces that little fish which is very suffering. Vidhura ityukte Piditam. Tatha Bhartruvinasha Vidhuram Ratim Saraswati cha Anugrahitavati. So she also, Saraswati also graced her by her words. Actually, in the Saraswati, there was something that this Kale was giving some information about that. Sandhya Saraswati Agayatri Nama Purvanne Savitri Madhyame Dine Saraswati cha Sayanne Saiva Sandhya Tridha Smrita. So the Trisandhya in the morning is called Gayatri, in the afternoon it is called Savitri, and in the evening it is called Saraswati, it seems. Interesting.
What it has in the current context?
Sorry? Huh?
What does
No, probably it means that when he said
Saraswati,
it could mean that it is in the evening time that these words were heard by her. Okay.
does it add any significance to the sloka?
That's what I said. It is in the evening time that she
whatever
probably heard, no? So it is in the Sandhya time that she heard these words. That's what. So I think I'll stop with this.
I don't know how he manages to get every example for every sloka, like the upamana for every sloka.
That is his
One
great
or the other
upama.
you see here.
Upama Kālidāsasya Bharaver Arthagurvam. Oh, in Sandhya Vandana it is said Parvati. Okay. Morning is Saraswati. This is very interesting.
I don't know.
Then I don't know
What
why.
I know is in Sandhya Vandana, I know this only Gayatri, Savitri, Saraswati.
That's what I also know.
Yeah.
This is a different Sandhya Vandanam that he does. I don't know. Anyway.